Hello. If you understand some key numbers and then make plans and set time aside to actually improve those key numbers, you can make an astonishing difference to your bottom line. This is how it works. So if you knew your number of customers and you knew how often on average they buy from you, and you know on average how much they spend each time, so what the average price is, that would tell you your revenue. So if you had 100 customers who bought on average 3 times a year from you, and each time they spent £300 or dollars or euros, then your revenue would be 90,000. If you know what it costs to make and supply these things that you're selling or the services you're delivering, so here it's 200, then that will tell you what your gross profit is, because your gross margin here would be a third, because it's 2/3 cost and therefore the other third is gross margin. So your gross margin is 33%, so your gross profit's 33% of your revenue. Obviously, you've got other overheads. That could be things like rent, rates, depreciation, wages and salaries of staff and employees that you've got. Take those off. You've got therefore it's called your operating profit, and in this case it would be 15,000. So what if you could make small 10% improvements in the number of customers, the number of times they buy, and the amount they spend each time? Now, taking those each one at a time, number of customers, well, you could generate more leads. You could target better customers who are more likely to respond to your promotions. You could improve your conversion funnels, your conversion systems, your buyer's journey systems. You could stop losing customers. So losing customers will affect your numbers just as much as attracting new ones. So you could make more regular communications, more regular offers. You could reduce your customer or client attrition rate. So there's lots and lots of ways in which you could go about improving your number of customers or clients by 10%. You could just focus on your better ones and let the less good ones go, and therefore target more better ones. And because they're better, they're more likely to stay with you for longer. So there's lots of ways of approaching this. So we make that 10% improvement there. We make a 10% increase in the number of times they buy. Now, it could just be that you get them to buy more each time. It could be that you have regular offers, promotions, keep in touch more regularly. It could be that because you're focusing on better clients and customers, they're the ones who do buy from you more frequently anyway, so you can achieve it that way. So again, there's lots of ways in which we could achieve that 10% improvement. And the same here. Could we get them to spend 10% more on average each time they buy? Again, lots of ways you could do that. You could have different pricing structures for different customers and clients. That's called price discrimination or differential pricing. You could have cross sells, you could have upsells, you could have special offers. Again, lots of ways you could get them to spend more each time they buy from you. Those three lots of 10% would actually increase your revenue from 90,000 to 120,000. Now, I haven't touched the variable costs, but the odds are that if you actually looked at your costs, both your variable costs and your overheads, if you looked at them in detail and analysed them, the odds are that there might be savings there to be had. However, we're going to leave that for the moment. So we're not touching the variable costs, but even those changes alone, because we're getting higher prices on average, because we've got differential pricing strategies and various other strategies, because our prices are higher on average, that automatically takes our gross margin up from 33%, which is what it was, to now it's 39%, because 200 as a percentage of 330 is lower than it was as a percentage of 300, and therefore our gross margin is higher. So our gross margin is now 39%. So our gross profit is 39% of the 120,000, which in rounded numbers is 47,000 all bar a tad. We've still got the same overheads because, again, we haven't looked at those, although, again, potentially maybe we could. But that would take our bottom line profit up from 15,000 to 32,000. So we've more than doubled it. And we've more than doubled it by setting the goal that that's what we're going to do. When you set your goals, you have to follow the 3 P's: present tense, positive, personal, present tense, positive. So you follow the goal setting formula, you set your goals and plans as to how you want to increase this revenue and how you're going to go about doing it. Then you have to set time aside to actually work on your business. Now, this is where a lot of smallish business owners in particular fall foul, because you can be so busy working in your business, doing the things that you do, that you actually don't take time to step outside the business, make these plans and work out ways to implement them. So setting the time aside is crucial. And then there's one other thing that's crucial for business owners, and that is that you need to be held accountable. So if you plan to do these things, you need to find someone that you can trust to tell them that this is what you're going to do, and to be asked to be held accountable. And all the evidence proves that you can be anything from 2 to 5 times more likely to deliver by doing that than if you didn't agree to be held accountable by someone. Now that gets interesting, because if you're a big enough business that you've got your own board of directors and you have regular directors meetings, then that boxes that off, because obviously in the directors meeting, people take on individual responsibility to deliver on certain tasks, and then they have to report back. But a lot of business owners haven't got that luxury. It's their own business, but they haven't got a board of directors. And then it makes sense to actually be part of what's called a mastermind group, or Business Roundtable UK. So if you look at businessroundtableuk.co.uk, you'll see how it works. But basically what happens is you get a few experienced business owners together. They all sign a confidentiality agreement, so they know that what they say won't be revealed to their competitors. They sign a code of ethics, so they agree to help each other basically set ambitious plans and implement them. You meet regularly, and what happens is you tell each other what your goals and plans are, and you ask to be held accountable. And because of that, you're much more likely to deliver on those plans and goals. So there you have it. 3 key numbers, 3 small sets of improvements, setting those plans in action so that you actually do it, setting the time aside so you actually do it, and agreeing to be held accountable. So again, you actually do it, rather than if you're not held accountable, the odds are that it doesn't happen. Hope you found that interesting. Thanks very much for watching.